All right, get ready to dive back into the Hidden Leaf Village because today we're going deep, deep into Naruto, chapters 34 through 115.
Nice.
Yeah, you know this manga. You know these characters.
Of course.
But we're going way beyond just like, plot summary and all that.
Right.
We're talking like the Chunin exams arc
Yeah.
where things get serious.
Oh, yeah.
The stakes are huge, and it's really where Naruto starts to really grow as a ninja.
Yeah, I think what's so fascinating about this arc is that it starts with like a really simple premise,
Uh-huh.
just a test, like a promotional exam for these ninjas.
Yeah.
And then it just explodes into this like web of rivalries and betrayals and some really, really deep questions about power.
Totally. And it all kicks off with Team 7 coming back from a mission, right?
Right.
But their teamwork, it's a little rusty, let's say.
Yeah, a little shaky.
Yeah. So Kakashi, their sensei, he realizes they need a challenge.
They need a push.
They need a real push, to like really get them to work together.
And that's where the Chunin exams come in.
Exactly.
It's like the ultimate test in the ninja world for these rookie ninjas to prove themselves, to move up in the ranks, maybe catch the eye of some important people.
But these exams are brutal.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. We're talking like multiple stages, crazy challenges, and some tough opponents.
It's not just about strength, or knowing a bunch of jujutsu. It's about strategy, resourcefulness.
Yeah.
And most importantly, like understanding yourself, your strengths and weaknesses.
And this is also where we're introduced to a bunch of new characters.
So many great characters.
So many great characters like Rock Lee.
Oh, Rock Lee.
He was Taijutsu master.
Oh, lovely.
Who can't use ninjutsu or genjutsu, but he makes up for it with just like sheer willpower and dedication.
Oh yeah, he's such an inspiration.
It's kind of inspiring, right?
Yeah.
What do you think? Like, does his story kind of like challenge the idea of what it means to be a strong ninja?
Oh, I think he completely flips the script in a world that's so obsessed with like, flashy jujitsu and inherited abilities like the Sharingan law,
Right.
For those who haven't gotten that far, that's like a special eye technique.
Yeah.
Rock Lee just shows that hard work and perseverance can sometimes like actually rival natural talent.
For sure. And then there's Gaara.
Oh, Gaara.
This brooding kid from the Sand Village.
Right.
Shrouded in mystery and power. And let's be real, he's kind of terrifying.
Yeah, Gaara's he's fascinating because he really represents like the dark side of the ninja world, Yeah. He's been through so much trauma.
Yeah.
He's been used as a weapon.
Yeah.
And he's struggling with so many inner demons. He's such a contrast to Naruto, who, despite his own struggles, always chooses to believe in the good in people.
Okay, so let's talk about the exams themselves.
Right.
The first stage is this written test.
Oh, yeah.
Where cheating it's not only allowed,
it's encouraged.
It's practically required.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like they're testing their information gathering skills and their ability to like think outside the box.
It's brilliant. It really showcases their strategic thinking, their adaptability.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, being a ninja isn't just about combat, it's about intelligence.
Right.
Observation, using your resources effectively.
It's like a whole different kind of test than you would expect.
Yeah, it sets the tone for the challenges to come.
Totally. And then things ramp up big time. In the second stage, the Forest of Death.
Oh, yeah.
Survival of the fittest out there.
Yeah.
Wild beasts, rival teams.
And a certain snake.
And even a run-in with Orochimaru. Oh my gosh, I gotta ask, who is this Orochimaru guy?
All right, so
why is he so obsessed with Sasuke?
Orochimaru he's a legendary Sannin,
Oh.
one of the most powerful ninjas to ever come out of the Hidden Leaf.
Wow.
But he went rogue. He became obsessed with forbidden jujitsu and immortality. And he sees Sasuke's potential, especially his Sharingan. Yeah.
And he wants to mold him into his ultimate weapon.
Wow. So this is like foreshadowing some dark stuff.
This encounter, it foreshadows a lot of Sasuke's struggles.
Yeah.
And the dark path that he's tempted to take.
Whoa. That's heavy stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Forest of Death weeds out a lot of the competition.
Right.
And the survivors move on to the preliminary matches.
Head-to-head.
One-on-one battles.
Yeah.
And we see some truly epic showdowns.
Oh, yeah. These matches are where the emotional stakes really, really come into play.
Yeah.
We see Sasuke struggling to control the cursed seal that Orochimaru gave him.
Yeah.
Sakura pushing past her insecurities to fight for her team.
Right.
And then Rock Lee, despite his limitations, delivers this incredibly powerful but heartbreaking performance against Gaara.
Yeah, that Lee versus Gaara fight.
Oh, it's intense.
It was intense.
Yeah.
It really showed what Lee was willing to sacrifice to prove himself.
But it also made me think, like, about how the ninja world sometimes undervalues people who don't fit the traditional mold.
For sure, it raises questions about, like, you know, who gets to decide what it means to be strong in this world.
Right.
Lee's dedication, his unwavering spirit really challenges those ideas.
Yeah, yeah. And speaking of challenges, right?
Yeah.
We have, after the emotional roller coaster of the prelims, there's a short break before the final exams, but the tension is building.
What?
We start to hear whispers of a planned invasion.
Things are getting serious.
By Orochimaru and the Sand Village. And Naruto decides to seek training from Jiraiya.
The Toad Sage.
The legendary Toad Sage, to learn the summoning jututsu.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
The Sand Village is in on this too. I thought they were supposed to be like allies with Konoha.
Yeah, supposed to be.
And what is this summoning jutsu all about?
Oh, we'll get into that.
I'm dying to know what happens next.
No, it's gonna get good.
Go ahead.
It's gonna get really good.
Okay, so we left off with like whispers of this invasion.
Yeah. Right,
and Naruto's off training with this legendary Toad Sage.
Yeah.
This summoning jutsu sounds pretty intense.
It's a pretty high level technique. It allows a ninja to basically call on these powerful creatures.
Oh wow.
To aid them in battle.
So like what kind of creatures are we talking about here?
Well, for Naruto, this means forming a contract with the toads of Mount Maiboku.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal.
I bet.
It shows he's really moving beyond like basic ninja skills.
Yeah, but first we gotta deal with this whole Sand Village betrayal thing.
Right.
What's their deal?
I mean,
why would they team up with someone as sketchy as Orochimaru?
Well, the Sand Village, they have their own reasons for wanting to strike at Konoha.
Like what?
I mean, there's a history there, right?
Yeah.
Bad blood between the villages, political tensions.
Okay.
Maybe even some personal grudges at play.
So Orochimaru's just taking advantage of all that.
Orochimaru is a master manipulator.
Right.
He knows how to exploit people's weaknesses, their desires to get what he wants.
That's scary.
Yeah.
So this whole Chunin exams thing, it was just a cover for Orochimaru's invasion plan.
Pretty much.
It's like everything just got turned upside down.
The moment Kabuto revealed his true colors, I mean, the exams, they were supposed to be a celebration.
Right, of young ninja talent.
Right, exactly. But they became the stage for this devastating attack.
And for the characters, it's got to be like a huge wake-up call, right?
Well, absolutely. It's a brutal wake-up call.
Yeah.
They're forced to face the reality that the ninja world is a dangerous and unpredictable place.
It makes you think about all the pressure these young ninja are under.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still teenagers.
They're kids.
And suddenly they're caught in the middle of a war.
Yeah, and this is where I think the arc really shines in terms of character development. You see characters like Sakura, who, starts off as kind of a damsel in distress.
Right.
Step up and show incredible courage and strength.
What about Gaara?
Oh, Gaara.
He was a major player in this whole invasion too, right?
Yeah, his role is it's complex.
Yeah.
He's been manipulated by Orochimaru.
Right.
But he's also struggling with his own inner darkness. And his fight with Naruto it's a turning point.
Oh yeah.
Not just for the battle itself, but for both of their characters.
I remember that fight was epic.
Oh, it's so good.
Naruto really tapped into the Nine Tails power for the first time.
For the first time, yeah.
It was like he became a totally different person.
Right, and that's such a pivotal moment for Naruto.
Yeah.
Because it shows the immense power he has.
Right.
But it also highlights the risk of losing control. It's a reminder that power without control can be destructive.
Right.
And that Naruto still has a lot to learn about mastering his own abilities.
Speaking of mastering abilities, I can't believe Sasuke actually went with Orochimaru. I mean, I know he was tempted by the promise of power, but to betray his village and his friends like that.
It's a tough way.
It's hard to understand his motivations.
Sasuke's decision, it's driven by his desire for revenge.
Oh, right, against his brother.
Against Itachi, yeah, who murdered their entire clan.
Yeah.
He believes that Orochimaru can give him the power he needs to achieve his goal, even if it means sacrificing everything else.
Wow.
It's a tragic choice, but it makes sense given his backstory, the trauma that he's endured.
You're right. It's easy to forget how much pain he's carrying.
Yeah.
It seems like everyone in this story has their own, like, demons to fight. But in the end, Konoha, they managed to hold off the invasion.
Right. They did. But the victory comes at a high price.
Oh, no.
The third Hokage,
yeah,
one of the strongest and wisest leaders Konoha has ever had.
Right.
He sacrifices himself to stop Orochimaru.
Oh, wow.
It's a heartbreaking moment.
Yeah.
It really underscores the cost of war and the sacrifices that are sometimes necessary to protect what you believe in.
So even though they won, the Hidden Leaf is changed forever.
Yeah.
I mean, they lost their leader, Sasuke is gone, and everyone's left dealing with the aftermath of this massive attack.
It's like the calm after the storm, but there are still ripples being felt everywhere.
It also makes you think about, like, what's next for Naruto?
Right.
I mean, he's proven himself as a capable ninja, but he's also lost a lot.
He has.
So how does he move forward from all of this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is interesting you say that, like the calm after the storm.
Yeah.
Because even though the invasion is over,
right,
the fallout is just beginning. The village is rebuilding, but there are scars that run deep.
Yeah, for sure.
And for Naruto, like the loss of Sasuke,
right,
it hits particularly hard.
Oh yeah, Sasuke's defection, it's a huge turning point for Naruto. It forces him to confront his own, like, feelings of inadequacy, and the painful reality that even the strongest bonds can be broken.
Right.
But it also fuels his determination to become stronger, to bring Sasuke back, and to prove that their bond isn't truly broken.
It's like this whole experience, it pushes him to grow up, to become more than just the class clown who always wanted attention.
Yeah.
What do you think this arc says about Naruto's potential as a leader? Like, he's always dreamed of being Hokage.
Right.
But after seeing the sacrifices the third Hokage made, does he realize what that responsibility truly entails?
I think the invasion and the loss of the third Hokage, it serves as a powerful lesson for Naruto. He witnesses firsthand the weight of leadership, the difficult choices that have to be made, the selflessness required to protect a whole village.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, and it plants the seeds for his future growth as a leader.
Okay.
Showing him that being Hokage isn't just about power, it's about serving and protecting those you care about.
It's a heavy burden to carry, especially for someone so young.
Yeah.
But there's also a sense of hope. Right?
Absolutely.
I mean, Konoha survived.
But they did.
And the next generation of ninja is stepping up to fill the void left by their elders.
This arc really marks a transition point in the series. We see the torch being passed, literally and figuratively, from the older generation to the new.
And it's not just about Naruto.
Right.
Right. Characters like Shikamaru.
Yeah, Shikamaru, Neji, even Sakura. Yeah. They emerge from this invasion with a newfound sense of purpose and responsibility.
They've faced their fears, pushed their limits, and realized their own potential.
Right, as protectors of the Hidden Leaf.
It makes me think about how adversity can often bring out the best in people.
Yeah.
Like these young ninja, they were thrown into an incredibly difficult situation.
Right.
And they rose to the challenge.
They did.
Demonstrating, like, resilience, courage, and a willingness to sacrifice for the greater good.
And that's one of the core themes of this arc, the idea that growth comes from struggle, that facing adversity can forge strength and resilience.
It's a message that I think resonates with readers and viewers of all ages.
Absolutely.
It reminds us that even in the face of overwhelming challenges, we have the capacity to grow, to learn, and to emerge from those experiences stronger.
And
more determined than ever before.
I love that.
So So we've talked about the battles, the betrayals, the sacrifices, and the growth.
Right.
But looking back on this whole arc,
Yeah.
what do you think is the biggest takeaway for our listener? Like what's the one thing you hope they'll remember long after they finish reading these chapters?
I think the most important takeaway is the power of connection.
Okay.
You know, despite all the conflict, all the heartbreak, this arc ultimately emphasizes the strength we derive from our bonds with others.
Okay.
It's Naruto's unwavering belief in his friends,
right?
His determination to bring Sasuke back, and the unwavering support that he receives from his mentors. That give him the strength to keep going.
It's a good reminder that even in the darkest of times, the love and support of those we care about can be our greatest source of strength.
Our greatest source of strength, absolutely.
And resilience. That's a beautiful sentiment.
Thanks.
And it makes me appreciate like the complex web of relationships that makes Naruto such a compelling story.
Yeah.
It's not just about action and adventure.
Right.
It's about the bonds of friendship, the loyalty between comrades, the sacrifices we make for those we love.
Exactly. And those themes continue to resonate throughout the entire series. As Naruto and his friends grow older, face even greater challenges, those core values of connection, loyalty, and self-belief, they remain central to their journey.
Well, I think it's time to wrap up our deep dive into the Chunin exams arc.
Right.
It's been a wild ride.
It has.
Filled with twists and turns and some truly memorable moments.
So many.
I have to say, revisiting this arc with you, it's given me a whole new appreciation for its depth and complexity.
It's always a pleasure to delve into the world of Naruto, you know.
Yeah.
It's a story that continues to inspire and entertain, no matter how many times you revisit it.
And we hope our listener feels the same way. So until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep believing in the power of connection.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, we'll see you back here soon for another deep dive.
Sounds good.
Into the world of pop culture, history, science, or whatever else catches our curiosity.